Good girls always fall for bad boys. And that's what I'm going to discuss in this video, and specifically the 10 reasons why good girls fall for bad boys. And here's the reality: you don't necessarily have to be an actual bad boy. You could be a perceived bad boy by your words and your actions. But most of you guys are falling into the camp of nice guy. And if she sees that you are in the category of nice guy, you are done, because ultimately women want the bad boy. And I'm going to give these 10 reasons why, and stick around to number 5, because number 5 is the most important. All right. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button, because I'm dropping videos every week. All right, but first, I created a free ebook and a free audiobook. The audiobook's narrated by me on how to be better with women. You can just click on the link in the description and get that. Also, offer one-on-one coaching. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments if you think I should do a live Q&A on Tuesdays every week, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and maybe gives me some suggestions on days and times as well, because I'm just curious what you guys think. All right, let's get into this topic. Okay, so 10 reasons why the good girl always falls for the bad boy. All right, number 1, and I made a whole bunch of notes here, so bear with me. Okay, the bad boy doesn't ask for permission. He just does. Confidence is magnetic, okay? Most guys hesitate. Most guys second guess themselves. They try to look for approval. They're indecisive, and bad boys are decisive. They know exactly what they want, and they say, hey, look, for our first date, I'm going to take you to this place. And then after that, we're going to go to this place. What do you think? That's an example, okay? They don't ask permission. Just like they don't ask for permission on what to wear for the date. Or they wear something, let's say she's over at your place, you don't ask her permission on what tie she thinks she likes. Or what do you think of this shirt on me? Hell no. You do you. Best example, and I've mentioned this guy many times in my videos, is Russell Brand, okay? This dude looks like a cross between Prince and Jesus, okay? He doesn't give a fuck. He wears beads, all right? Beads around his arm. He's got his long hair. He wears fucking boots with a heel on the back like Prince does. Like that kind of shit. He doesn't give a fuck. He just rolls the way he wants. He's got his shirt way to hell open, his buttons down, his hairy chest is popping out. He doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't ask for permission. And just a quick story. One time I was in a clothing store, and I believe they were a married couple. I'm not sure, but the way that they were interacting, I'm pretty sure it was husband and wife. So he comes out. I see him coming out with the shirt, and he asks the wife, what do you think? She looks at it. She says, it's too tight. Take it back. I saw the shirt on this guy, and it actually looked fucking good on him. So he puts his head down in shame, turns around, and goes back into the change room. So I'm in that area looking for blazers or something. And as a person comes back, like one of the workers, and it was a woman, and she sees him come out, and she's like, so what did you think of the shirt? She was all excited. And he's like, oh, my wife asked me to take it back because it's too tight. I'm like, you fucking simp. What the fuck is wrong with you, you doormat? That's what I'm talking about, man. You don't ask for permission ever. You say, I like the shirt. Even if she doesn't, she's going to learn very quickly not to question your decisions, because she knows you're going to be decisive, and you just roll with that. So I apologize for the sirens you can probably hear in the background, but okay, they're gone away. All right, man. Every time I try to record these videos, I hear these sirens. It drives me crazy. All right, moving on to number 2. And like I said, I have lots of notes. Just bear with me. The bad boy leads with confidence and not fear. Ooh, fear kills attraction. Women can sense it like an alien in Aliens, right? They can sense the fear. Okay, being dramatic, but the bad boy doesn't play small. He doesn't care about rejection, doesn't fear rejection, all right? That's why so many so-called pickup artists with cold approach do so well. And most men, they come up with all these fucking stupid reasons why they fear approaching a woman in public. And you should see the comments on my channel. Like, oh well, I'm because of the Me Too movement, that's why I don't approach women. It's all a bunch of excuses. It's excuses because it comes from a place of fear. You fear rejection, you fear your ego. Ooh, your poor ego getting hurt. It's a woman. What are you afraid of? Okay? This is the thing. Remember this, guys. People respond in kind. If you show them respect, they will show you respect back. If you have a smile on your face, they will most likely smile back. It's the same with women and approaching women, right? The bad boy, ooh, he is bold, does not have this fear. He takes risks, he stands by his opinions, and he moves through life like he belongs in every room, doesn't give a fuck, right? I'm only 5'7". I do not have height to my advantage, but I've seen and spoken to many men that are 6 feet or taller with really bad, low self-esteem, low self-confidence. Their shoulders are shrugged over. They do not walk in a room with confidence. One of the ways that I walk into a room with confidence, especially if it's like a dating situation or nightclub or whatever, I wear one of the most obnoxious, flashy shirts or blazers in the fucking room. Everyone is looking over at me. And it took a minute for me to get used to that, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm an introvert. I'm a social introvert, but I do that purposely. And guess what? The women notice and the women gravitate towards me when I wear something bold. And I get so many phone numbers just on that one thing alone. I walk into this room and people are like, who the fuck is this guy? Who does he think he is wearing a gold sequence blazer? Like, what the hell? So it works, man. So you lead with confidence and not fear. And that's what the bad boy does. Number 3, the bad boy is unpredictable. Okay. They offer excitement by default. All right. Predictability is safe and it's also boring. And the bad boy lives on his own terms, and uncertainty, it runs through his blood. So, for example, you're on a date and you said to her, hey, let's go to this place for some food, for happy hour or whatever. And as the date, you feel like it's starting to wind up, and you say, why don't we go to this place for a nightcap? And she's going to go, oh, okay. And then you say, oh, it's 3 blocks away. Let's walk over there. And you walk over there. And in the right situation, let's also say that you live by, I'm going to give you guys this tip, man. Your first date specifically, maybe even your first couple dates, always plan the date, assuming you don't live in the suburbs. Living in the suburbs as a single guy is a huge mistake. You need to live in the city. So you're in this, you choose your first date or second date near your apartment or your house. Why? If it's a walking distance, because after that nightcap at the cocktail lounge or whatever, you can say, why don't we go back to my place for another drink? Like, you just, boom, you're unpredictable. They're not expecting this. And if you're in close proximity, you can walk back to your place, have a drink, and maybe have other things happen. Okay. But once you start involving, oh, let's drive there. Oh, I got to get an Uber. It complicates things. She starts thinking, I don't like this. And so it's always better to live near and walking distance of your dates, ideally. All right. So number 4 is the bad boy does not pedestalize women. Okay. The bad boy, this is the difference between the nice guy and the bad boy. The bad boy prioritizes himself, and the nice guy prioritizes women. Okay. This is one thing I heard, and this is also the bad boy, right? The bad boy, you've never lost any, a man has never lost women by chasing money, but many of men has lost money chasing women. And bad boys also chase money and they prioritize themselves, okay? They do not worship these women. They're not thirsty and they're not desperate. You want to see an example of how pathetic a lot of these men are. Just go to Facebook, join one of these dating groups on Facebook, like in your city, singles in Chicago or singles in Atlanta, whatever it is. Join one of those groups, okay? And as soon as a woman posts a photo of herself and says she's single, look at all the thirsty simps in the comments. It is bad. You will see, oh, hi, beautiful. Hey, what's your number? Ha 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 ha. On and on and on and on. That is not a bad boy. That's a simp. All right. And so bad boys don't are not needy. They balance the tension. They make women earn their attention. And they don't chase. They have women chasing them, okay? So that's number 4. They don't pedestalize women. Number 5, and like I said, I've got 10 of these things. So I'm going to move along a little faster here. Number 5, the one that I think is the most important, is they say what they think without filtering it. Most of you guys are afraid to voice your opinion about whatever it is out of fear of offending her, okay? For example, I remember one time, this is during the election, okay? This is during the election between Kamala Harris and now President, and Donald Trump. And I remember I was with a group of women, and a couple of them were with my friends, and then a couple of them were sitting at the restaurant bar. And they said, well, Kane, who do you think is the better candidate? And hey, don't mind me, guys, for this minute. Just going to get into a little bit of politics. And I said, well, the way I look at it is this. If I were hiring somebody for a job and I know nothing about their personality, I know nothing about what they've said in the past, none of that, and I just had 2 resumes in front of me, paper, that's it, right? And who has the better resume? Okay, well, Donald Trump has been president before. Donald Trump is a billionaire. Kamala Harris, okay, cool. She was governor, this and this and this and this. But the 2 resumes in front of me, which one would be the better candidate? Again, like I said, caveat here is not knowing all the background, right? 2 resumes in front of me, objectively, which one's the better resume? It'd be Donald Trump. And holy fuck, these women lost their fucking minds. I didn't give a fuck about what they thought because I said, okay, well, tell me how her resume is better than Donald Trump. So he was president. She got no votes when she even tried to compete against Biden. How could she possibly? Their minds exploded, right? Because I'm stating facts. And women in general cannot accept facts. They just, everything's all emotions. And I'm having this discussion with 5 fucking women in front of me. And I didn't give a shit. So I encourage you guys to say what you think without filtering it, as long as it's an educated comment. You've got some facts, and women will actually like you more because of it. It's dangerous, but it doesn't matter. That's what they want ultimately. All right, number 6, you make her feel, not just think. All right. The bad boy stirs emotions. He's touching her. He's bold. He's not asking permission to kiss her at the end of, oh my God. Okay, just quickly, because I like to freestyle my videos and have some bullet points, but you have no idea how many men I've heard that have asked the woman at the end of the date, can I kiss you? Fuck that shit. You don't need to ask permission for anything. How she feels is you grab her hand and you just pull her towards you. I remember one time I had a woman at my place. It was like date number 2, and she was on my couch, and we hadn't kissed yet. And I could tell by her body language that she wanted to have a kiss and she was into me. And I just looked at her, and we weren't that actually close. I looked at her, I grabbed her hand, and I said, come here. And she just okay, obeyed my order, right? Another time is when it was like first date or second date, and we had some takeout. She really wanted some McDonald's, and I was like, all right. And I have fries, and we hadn't kissed yet. I grab the fries and I start feeding her fries. This is what I mean, that the bad boy makes her feel and not think. All right, number 7, the bad boy sets boundaries and enforces them. So one of my female friends is always late for fucking everything. And this guy that she was telling me that she was really interested in, and I share this as well, she's like, oh, because she was staying at my place for a week and she was rushing. I'm like, oh man, you're like rushing big time. She's like, I can't be late. I was late with this guy twice, and he said, you're playing with my time and I don't appreciate that. So this is what I mean. If the bad boy says, look, here are my boundaries, and I'm enforcing them. Do not be 30 minutes late next time, 45 minutes late next time. A few minutes late is fine. But this is an example of the bad boy doesn't give a fuck. He has a lot of high self-esteem and high self-respect. Okay, number 8, they are emotionally controlled but passionate. The bad boy does not get emotionally upset, doesn't yell, doesn't blow up her damn phone for whatever the fucking reason. If she wants to break up with him, he says, okay, I wish you the best. No drama, no high emotions, no getting upset, no raising his voice, no punching walls, fully control of himself because of his self-respect, all right, and his self-esteem. Most guys have really low self-esteem, actually, are very insecure, and they don't go, you know what, that wasn't cool what you did, and just let her do her thing. But he does not allow himself to lose control and get emotional. Number 9, he challenges her and does not chase her. All right. So he doesn't try to win her over. He inspires her to rise to his level. And that challenge activates a deep and primal desire for her to want to be with him. And it's not just about attraction. All right. So he will say to her, well, hey, you're not interested and go to this place. Well, I've already given you one suggestion, so now it's on you, and you're going to buy me a drink. This is what I mean. You can have a lot of fun with this. Also, in terms of challenging her, and this is, I mean, kind of related, but on dating apps, I encourage you guys to do this if you're on dating apps, is when you match with someone or you're going to send them a message, send them this exact response or message after you've either matched or it's your first communication with her. This is what you say. This has worked for me so many times. You say, hi, you seem interesting. And that's a bit of a challenge because she's going to wonder, why do I seem interesting? And do not, guys, don't ever do this. Don't ever say, well, because you're so beautiful. You say something else. Look at her photo. You can see whatever in the photo that seems interesting. You could say, oh, I see your tattoo. You have tattoos, but how many of those are shitty ones? You have to play around with this with her, right? This is what women want because every guy is complimenting on their beauty and their looks, and women ultimately want a guy that is more interesting than that. Okay, to use the word interesting again. All right, number 10. I know you guys have been around for 17 minutes already now. So, number 10 is the bad boy lives by his own rules. Okay, he's going to do his thing. He's going to have his hobbies. He's not going to give a fuck. I DJ on the side, and I don't give a shit if she doesn't like that. I have this YouTube channel, and now I don't give them my YouTube channel for like right away. But after a couple dates, I say, she's going to ask, she's like, what's your YouTube channel? I give her my YouTube channel, and I accept. I may not hear from them again, but here's the crazy thing. I hear from them all. I hear from them all, and here I am. I have this YouTube channel, dating advice for older guys, and every single woman, after a couple dates, I don't give them the YouTube channel right away. After a couple dates, they come back, they go, oh my God, that's awesome. So anyways, man, thank you so much for sticking around this long. This is definitely a longer video than I expected, but I had a lot to cover. And so I want to hear from you guys in the comments of what else you think attracts women to bad boys. All right, we'll see you next time.